Alright. So I didn't realize Kamigawa Neon Dynasty is up for flashback draft, so we're going to get one of these in. This is one of, if not my favorite formats of all time. It's been a long time since I played it, but just a really, really sweet format. That being said, there are some traps. This is one of them. The entire red-white archetype, as a general rule, is a trap. There is like a red-white, a bunch of removal spells and Imperial deck that you can kind of play that is functional, but this whole samurai gimmick doesn't really work. So what are we going to draft then? This is kind of a middling pack. If I remember right, the Long Reach of Night is actually pretty good in the retail set. It's kind of hard to say because if I remember right, like, the data was really skewed on it because of, like, first week bias or whatever. First week, first week impact, I guess, would be the way to put it. That being said, it's still a pretty decent saga. Like, I don't really value any of these cards. If you can get to a point where you play this and you're able to get it on, like, an empty board, this is one of the powerful sagas. Like, it's a little slow and clunky. It's not, but it's these slow drip feed value cards are just very good. You basically just like cast it when your opponent's on like one creature, and they'll have to kill it, and they have to skip playing creatures on their next turn, or you can play it with two and eventually snag their creatures. But you have blockers, you can make it work. Ooh, Farewell. Isn't Farewell kind of busted? If I remember right, Farewell is pretty busted. I don't know really why we're passing it. I mean, like, white's not necessarily the best color here. But, like, I just can't see passing this card. It's just a good card. Like, Incredible Bomb. One of the most powerful, effective ways to, like, catch you up in a game. If you played against this card in Cube at any point, or like Commander, you know how ridiculous this card can be. It doesn't, I mean, I guess like in a sense, it doesn't progress you towards winning, but it is really powerful. Okay. Voltage Surge is the best card in the pack. Or, well, Kamano probably is. But I don't think with Farewell and Long Reach of Night, I'm really jumping at the gun to draft Mono Red. Or like Heavy Red Aggro. Harmonious Emergence is a pretty good card if you're in like the Green Auras deck, but it isn't amazing. Suit Up is amazing for exactly one deck. We would have to biff it off of both of these. So I think we're going to have to cook a little bit here and draft like removal pile. So we'll draft lands and like try to draft towards this Farewell with some removal. Not 100% sure. This isn't like an established archetype, but we are going to we are pretty interested in making this Farewell work, and it doesn't, I don't really know like what else we would be taking here, right? So I mean, Suit Up is really, really good, but yeah, I can't really afford to take it. Voltage Surge is a solid removal spell, so I mean, I guess we're gonna take that. What was I saying? Okay. Flames Discharge here, that's pretty good. And so, like, when I draft red in this format, I tend to want to draft the removal spells first, and then, like if, for example, we don't see any more cards that could push us towards playing this Farewell, which white is pretty shallow in this format, which is, like, the one weakness Farewell has, is you're kind of having to make it, you kind of brute force to make it work. If that's the case, I would rather draft the removal spells first and just try to be able to play whatever I get access to. This is probably why I don't ever end up in Mono Red in this format, is you kind of have to commit pretty hard to it. In any case, I think this is another fairly weak pack with a pretty good removal spell in it, so we're not going to think too much on it and just take it. Okay, Golden Tail Disciple. I will admit I am using data just a little bit here to remind myself of like some of these middling cards if like they're in the realm of play, if they were playable or unplayable. Like, my memory is Golden Tail Disciple not being very good, but being kind of an okay filler card. Jukai Naturalist is really powerful, and this is probably the best card in the pack. I mean, Fangus Shigeki is also okay, but Jukai Naturalist is really powerful, but we're just not making it work. I think I'm going to take Ecologist Terrarium, because I think we might be doing a little bit of a cook here. And if we're going to be doing a little bit of a cook and I'm going to need like 3 colors worth of mana, we're going to go ahead and take the terrarium. We could lean towards taking, there's the discard thingy, network terminal, I think. And if you get another artifact, you can use it with like a discard engine. So we could like potentially build toward, wait, why did it not give me? Okay. I could have sworn I had a Ecologist Terrarium hovered. I didn't think I misclicked off of it at the end there or anything. That's really unfortunate. Okay. Not in love with that. Oh, man, I Gonjo? I mean, Igonjo's pretty okay. But I already have a bunch of removal spells. I think I am going to take... Oh, can you... Oh, I hate this. Oh, God. You can click off of your pick now. Why are we able to do that? What purpose does that serve? Oh, my goodness. Okay. That's terrible. Please change that back. That is... Unless I've just gone crazy, like that has never been here before, and that is probably what happened to us is we like clicked off of our pick hold. Why would? Okay, I'm not gonna crash out. Just we're gonna draft. Nezumi Blade Blesser is an all right card as well. Golden Tail Disciple though could be a decent blocker for us. We're not super excited by it by any means. We even get the network terminal back, which we're going to take. But it is a shame that we don't have that Ecologist Terrarium to give us a free artifact here. Tranquil Cove. I don't think we're going to play a second network terminal, but maybe we would. I don't think there's any blue cards I would want to splash from this space. Let me think real quick. No? Unless there's like a really powerful, easily splashed blue rare, there's nothing that's coming to mind. Like all the signpost cards in this format are pretty committal. Yeah, quickly scanning it would be like a Tameshi Reality Architect or like an Inventive Iteration are both really powerful blue cards I might want to splash. With that in mind, I am going to take this Dismal Backwater. With 2 network terminals, we're cooking a little bit here. What are the odds that we get to wield this Ecologist Destroyer? Probably not very good, right? All right. Oh, we do wheel it. Sick. Okay, so we are on a bit of a cook here. Reckoner's Bargain. Okay, if we end up playing black. We didn't really see much in the way of black after first picking Long Reach at night, though. I mean, we saw some late, like, random filler level black cards, but nothing crazy. March of Otherworldly Light. Okay, it's playable. Spirited Companion is pretty decent. Probably better than March, although maybe I'm supposed to take the removal spell here. Cantrip Creature is decent. It's one of Light's only actual good commons. This is a pretty decent removal spell, but there's a lot of expensive cards in this format. You don't really get anything in this format with this card that I recall. Like you're just overpaying for all of it. Whereas Spirited Companion is just like a good cycling creature. Ogama Reckoner is the best card in this pack, but yeah, I did feel like doing a little bit of cooking here anyway. So, oh my god, Magic goes so good. We're on like all artifacts and enchantments at the moment. Imperial Recovery Unit with Spirited Companion is also decent. Okay, I am not sure it's supposed to be met. It could also be like Roadside Relic. Roadside Reliquary is probably what it's supposed to be. Like I don't think I'm playing a Mechiko's deck, but man, Mechiko's is strong. I think I'm leaning more towards being like a control deck, and so I probably would rather have a Roadside Reliquary and draw some cards. But I also have a Golden Tail Disciple to gain a bunch of life. I have no idea if this is actually a good pick, but we're gonna, like I said, we're doing a bit of a cook here, so. Okay, there's a synth. A little awkward with like a farewell we could hit that we don't really want to hit with our synth, but not passing on one of these. Wow. This is awkward. Like both the best cards in this pack are green cards, and then everything else is pretty mediocre. Like these cards all kind of suck. I guess I'm taking 20 gems or whatever. Vault progress or whatever. I could take Moth Rider Patrol, but like 4 mana to tap a creature is an insane rate. Really need to see a Imperial Oath. There's Synth, or would I rather have Voltage Surge? Probably Voltage Surge, though, like, Synthesizer is a really fun card. Invoke Justice, return target permanent. I don't think I can make that work. Kami Slayer. Alright, so we are just removal pile. So really what we need now is Imperial Oath. Because like the deck we're drafting, what we're doing with this is like completely reasonable. We're looking for Containment Construct, and we're looking for a couple of Imperial Oaths or ways to win the game. I also wish that Neo is a newer set in a sense, because this would almost certainly be a living weapon equipment. Like Ancestral Katana would spot you a 1/1 or like an 0/1 or something here to equip to it. Alright, take a Kami Slayer. Another removal spell? Just play oops all removal spells? This one's kind of bad. Rito Sentinel is also a consideration. Like, Rito Sentinel is pretty bad until you need a Rito Sentinel. And then it's, like, kind of good. Mostly because you can just shuffle things back in that you care about. I just don't care about any of these cards, right? Clawing Torment's really powerful. I feel like I was probably supposed to be, like, red-black. If I'm being honest, I probably should have just been in red-black and dropped the Farewell. But here we are. We're kind of cooking a little bit here. Oh my god, such a late Assassin's Ink too. Wow. Yeah, we were in a really good red-black seat. Okay, we've got a College's Terrarium. Okay, gonna have to get a little creative here. Going to have to get a little creative here. What does this do? Oh, this is like a... Okay. So if we grab Shrine Steward in case we pick up an aura we care about. We don't have one yet, but there is a removal spell in white that's an aura. I think right now I would want to splash the Long Reach at Night off these, the Terrarium and the two terminals. Really need this pack 3 to carry a lot of weight in terms of actually getting us like good cards to play. Or like, not good cards to play necessarily, like ways to win the game. Right now we're just all removal spells. We need ways to win to actually win. Sacrifice an artifact, less than X, it gains haste. No thanks. Good. Okay, so this gives me an aura for the Shrine Steward. I continue having no ways to actually win the game. Like, removal isn't even at its best in this format, so it's a little awkward. I have played a little too much of our Neo Reloaded set, because in it, this is like a supported archetype, this like value engines and removal spells. That being said, Owl the Dawn Sky is a banger. This is a very, very powerful card. We don't have that many creatures, so like, it's only so good for us. It's only so good for us. But it is a very powerful rare. It is a way to win the game. It is the ham sandwich we were looking for. mean, so this is still like a 3-minute impulse draw too. Okay, we might work with that. How many cards are we on? 21. My kingdom for an imperial oath. We have 10 artifacts in our deck. Play a Mech Titan Core. I mean, we also have a Patchwork Automaton here. God, we should have been red-black. We had such a sick red-black deck. I mean, this is a way to win the game, huh? Alright. Alright, it is what I asked for, which is like a card that can... Oh, Containment Construct? Let's go. Also, Thundersteel Colossus, this is probably just better than Mech Titan Core. Okay, Searchlight Companion is another artifact for us. Alright. God, I would have just... This would have just been the most disgusting red-black deck we could have ever had. I could have pivoted in pack 2 still. Like, we could have just pivoted. I mean, I just like, this was me committing to the bit. White was not very open. White is not deep in this format either, is the rough part. That being said, this is cool. If nothing else, this is it's nifty. It's neat. Even if it's not very good. Did not get any of the Imperialists I asked for Christmas, but we did get everything else, so whatever. You win some, you lose some on this. Ooh. Second to last pick, Comedy Terrible Secrets. We have 5 enchantments. It's not a crazy amount, but I mean, it kind of works. We have 28 labels. So we can probably get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy. I have what, like 10 creatures? Without the... Yeah, probably not. Oh, I guess I do need some number of artifacts for this Mech Titan Core, though, huh? But I mean, the dagger does go to the graveyard. Maybe I'm supposed to play... Because I have 1 aura and no shrines. Because if I'd gotten a white shrine, I could have just played that as a win condition too. That would have been another nice one. I don't think I saw it. The Goshen Tea of whatever. Alright, let's see. We can probably do this with like 2 swamps. And we'll go 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's see. So we need a reasonably high number of artifacts in order to make this work. We have 11? That's probably about the bare minimum to make Mech Titan Core work. And honestly, I'm not even sure it's worthwhile. Alright, see if we can nab like 4 wins out of this pile. answer for that. And we have drawn both of our black cards with no black mana available. Cool, cool. Love it. Man, we just got buried here. And now if we don't draw a enchantment or artifact on this turn, which we didn't, we're just going to lose our guy. Okay, that's it. We lost the game. Okay. Yeah, no Imperial Oath 2 is going to make this really, really difficult. We don't have anything to, like, get towards beyond Farewell. So I'm expecting this might just be an 0-3. The deck we were drafting, you kind of want to have the Imperial Oaths first and then just be, like, drafting. You want to be drafting, like, good white cards. Like we had the Farewell and then we saw an Imperial Oath. We could have probably had something good. Yeah, I think we were just supposed to pivot to red-black was, like, probably it. But it's hard to say, too, because at the end of pack 1, we saw one black card. I can't control that black got super open, but I probably should have been more cognizant of it while we were drafting. I kind of got, like, a little mentally locked in on trying this to cook with this red-white deck. But, yeah, like, never seeing an Imperial Oath was hard because it's just so important for trying to turn the corner. That being said, I mean, I'm not going to be too upset with that. Like, I just drew both my black cards and no swamps and 6 lands. Like, I drew all the more lands than I'm really looking to draw. I mean, I've got like 20 mana sources in my deck. I guess that's not really accurate, but like, I drew a lot of mana sources and none of them were swamps, despite the fact that like 5 of my mana sources are swamps or black sources. Go ahead and just kill this guy. Get a little tempo here. I mentioned this Magico is probably not being very good, and it does not look very good in our deck. We have a lot of artifacts and not a lot of way to win the game, so that's kind of the hope. But drawing in our opening hand every single game when we're like playing this slow, dirtly deck is pretty annoying. Gross. Okay. Can I draw a Containment Construct? Or like another artifact so I can start rummaging these lands away? Cool. Tail Disciple. Okay. Sure. Oh, this doesn't do anything. He's got ninjas too now. What are we talking about? Yeah, he's just gonna kill our guy. Okay, it's a slow clock, so like if we draw something, we could get out of this, but Just... Kami of Terrible Secrets. So we have to... Oh, that man, losing that dude was so bad. Okay, but we can do this. Oh my god. Oh, this is so bad. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, what am I doing? He can just trade, right? Okay. We got bailed out a little bit. I'm gonna hold this though, because like if we... Yeah. I don't think trading damage here was the right move, but... Surely we will draw another artifact, right? I'm also going to cut this Mech Titan core for like literally anything else, because we're just not getting to 5 artifacts. We're not that dense. That was a little ambitious. Oh my god. Okay, well, I mean, what do you do? Okay, that unlocks our whole deck, right? Alright. Complaint equity unlocked. So now we can play Experimental Synthesizer. Synth hits a land. Sure. But then we can tap an artifact we control. And rummage away our other land here. There's Farewell. Okay, that's awesome. We could sack Synth as well, but we don't really need to. Let's just chill. Okay. It's not great. That's also not great. Okay. That is pretty great. Play this since it cycles. Oh my god, man. We are hitting so many lands. Alright. Just have to slowly filter through them. Let's just say blocks are blocked, gets +1 till the turn. Sure. What if he attacks? That'd be really bad of him. Okay, yeah. Ritio Sentinel. Okay, that gives us something to follow up the Farewell with. Let's keep drawing here. Mech Titan Core. Alright, are we going to get to live our meme dream? It's 4 artifacts. This is an enchantment creature, so we could just do enchantments and we would lose our Spirited Companion, he would lose all of his stuff. We could actually just play this guy, and then we can target player mills 3 cards. What do I have left in my deck? Whatever. Ah! We got a Tenio safekeeping off of him. You should never do that to your opponent. I'm just, honestly, at this point, kind of memeing around a little bit. Similarly, with, like, this card, we are definitely memeing. That being said, if we draw a cheap artifact off the top, it would be very funny. There's like a 10-10 lifelinker coming at you. Alright. Probably just gonna farewell on enchantments now. Yeah, opponent can't do anything there. Just lands will continue until morale improves. Jesus. Intercessor's Arrest. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're just gonna fire this off for enchantments now, and pretty much win the game. Do we care about our graveyard? Mishiko's. I mean, I guess kind of. Would I rather get rid of his graveyard? Is the question. He doesn't have anything I actually care about in there, so we'll just do enchantments. Farewell is a messed up card. Sure, Crafty Growth, okay. Does let him get a hit in. If like... So he's got another spell. Oh my god. Holy moly. Just like literally gonna have to draw every single land in our deck, it looks like. I really want to hold this Intercessor's Arrest. Oh wait, it's artifact creatures and or vehicles. What am I doing? I need to read cards. I, for some reason, was thinking this was artifacts this whole time, and that this was like some... I don't even think I have 5... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, God, that's so bad. Oh, this card is so bad. Why is it so bad? Alright, whatever. In that case, I guess we're doing this. We're just gonna try and kill our opponent. Like, we're just kind of at the point where we gotta, like, actually kill our opponent. Oh, this Mech Titan core is so bad. Holy moly. I need to learn to read cards. Do they have two Tameo Subkeepings in their deck? Did they just do the second one? Is that what happened? It's like either that or a Master Tribute, maybe, and they're thinking about firing it off. Play one more land here. Search the library for a creature card with the same name as that creature. Okay. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. Just literally drawing nothing but lands. Alright. Containment Construct. Okay. That's good. I'll get that into play next turn. I do think at this point I'm supposed to just fire this off. Right, my deck, the most expensive card I have is 5. So if I hit Ow, I can still play a land and hit my card. Unless you got bot, okay, sure. Alright, we've reached the end game. We've reached peak. We've grinded the game to a complete standstill. Just literally drew every land in my deck. Every land in my deck with 10 cards left. What is this? Oh my goodness. All right. But now we have the combo assembled. Like, I guess how we win games is we grind people into dust like this, and we just literally just play our entire deck. And our opponents don't really play anything meaningful. And we farewell them. Alright. Alright, let's get the stupid Mech Titan Core out of the deck. What a stupid card. Why is it... like, maybe 5 random artifacts would have just been too much. But it does sort of feel like it's like, why is that? Why is that a thing? Can't use our terrariums and our synths and stuff with it? Alright, get out of here. Yeah, what are we playing here? Honestly, the economy of industry, not the worst. Okay, it kind of is the worst, but I mean, like, we have a synth and a papercraft decoy, and it's a 3/6. I don't know. I'm a little stretched. Oh, I can just play Kami's Flare, huh? I am a little stretched thin though for ways to actually like kill people. But it doesn't look like it actually matters. Like, if they kill my Reno Sentinel, though, it's going to be hard to shuffle all our cards back in the deck. We could go for Copy of Industry. I don't think we have enough, like, disposable artifacts, though, to really make that worthwhile. Yeah. I think we're just stuck with what we got here. I wonder if this is a deck that wanted 2 Reno Sentinels. I never thought I would say that, but might be a deck that wanted 2 Ryoto Sentinels. Could also be that we just want this March of Reckless Joy as like a card draw effect. I mean, you fire it off for 3, it's just like a draw 2. Yeah, it's probably okay. Probably supposed to play this Kami Slayer, though, aren't I? Is Runaway Trash Bot that we were only playing as an artifact count is probably cuttable. Goal with this deck is just to get to 3 wins. Get to that 1,000 breakpoint so that we don't get completely savaged in terms of gym equity. Okay. So, we've got the black source in hand. We got... Okay. Yeah, this is fine. If I wanted to play like a scary 1-drop or something, that would be bad. But in that case, I'm just going to wait on Windskirk Crag. I think the odds are he plays something better, but I take 2 damage to figure it out. I think I would rather just shoot this. Although, alternatively, I could Flame Discharge now, right? I don't really have any modified creatures, so this is kind of low scaling anyways. We just fire this off for X is 1. Yeah, and then on the future turn, we can Ecologist Terrarium, and then we've got the artifact to sack for the Voltage Surge. Because we don't have enough modified creatures. We just have to take what we can get with this Flame Discharge. Okay. This is kind of fine. We want to guarantee that we can hit our... Alright, so let's go this. We'll give away a little information here as we go get our Black Source. And then we'll play... I probably won't kill this unless he just does so... Like, if he puts enough stuff into play that I can just cast the Long Reach at night. Okay, in this case, I will do this. This is a pretty good play for us, I think. Targeting itself. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll do this, and unless they discard a card. Actually, no, I want to kill... I'll take 3 damage to kill this guy. Wait, submit 0. Autopay, submit 0. Yeah, I'll take 3 damage in order to kill this guy. Because if I play this next turn, he just, like if I kill the Tawashi and then I play this, right? He discards a card, and maybe that's okay. Maybe it's just a huge mana sink. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. What I do know is that he is put in a weird spot here because he's either going to get Mind Rotted and we get a dude, or he's going to, yeah. We might get punished for not killing the Thundering Reggie. Yeah, okay. And he puts the counter on that guy. Yeah, having a really powerful rare here is pretty annoying for us. But, I mean, we can just kill it and we move on with life. Alright, let's go ahead and do this in the right order here. Let's cast our... It does suck, we took like 7 damage from an empty board. You know, not a great scenario for us. And we missed our land drop. Cool. Alright. Is what it is, as I sometimes say. And now we get our guy. We can cast our Kami of Terrible Seekers to draw a card. And gain a life, and hopefully we are stable. Okay, nice. And so this gets plus X plus O, and he has 4 creatures in his graveyard. Sick. Alright, let's go ahead and play Spirited Companion first. Finding our red source. And I'm gonna terminal to speed up the clock, to speed up our clock next turn. We get this 4/4 menace, hit him for 4. I'll trade off if he like plays. Oh my god, dude! Second bomb rare? Ugh. All right, whatever. At least we're in a spot where Al couldn't come down. I'm glad I made the decision to get Al set up. All right, I'll see your stupid mythic dragon and raise you my own. If he double blocks, that's not great for me. We'll just chill. Searchlight, sure. Okay. Do I take 4 damage here? Don't think I do. So I can get non-land permanents with total mana value 4 or less. I don't actually have that much left, so I guess we're just going to pump our 2 remaining guys. Alternatively, I can just jump here, though. And then I can pump up my much better board. I think that makes more sense. I think we're cool with that. He's gonna get to, what, draw 2 cards? Yeah, I'm just gonna pump my guys. I'm gonna put a bunch of stats into play. Okay. So we can play the guide bot here. And that'll let us loot the land away. So this is, hold on, this is 7, 12 damage. So we have to wait like one more turn probably. So in that case, I think I'm going to play Ryoto Sentinel so that I can just trade it off. It's not very good in this matchup. Whatever, we'll mill ourselves. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Is this sorcery only? Man, these cards were so bad. Yeah, and I'll do this, and I'll just trade off. Yeah, this just pushes a bunch of damage. Just do this. Yeah, makes sense. I guess honestly I could play this too, and then now we can play the guide bot. And pump up the Ryoto, so if he doesn't draw an artifact, he doesn't even have an attack with the Tawashi. Let's see. Alright. Let's send him with our 2 guys. See if he wants to block. Oh. I didn't attack with the Tawashi. I probably should have. At this point, I'm probably like... Yeah, I'm probably supposed to attack here because then if he blocks... But if he's got a removal... He didn't have a stick, but if he had a removal spell, it could have gotten awkward. I wouldn't do that in real life, right? In like paper, I don't think I would have attacked. Maybe I would have just Intercessor to rest in paper, though. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like, that's one of those weird spots where I probably am supposed to be a little more... Like, I'm supposed to maximize my aggression there. In any case, we did just mulch through his deck, huh? Alright. Looks like an easy keep here. Fake the voltage surge. We keep it Reckoning Raid. Alright, opponent's got a good start. Okay. Alright, opponent's on double saga. That's good. Searchlight Companion. Don't hate that. Makes my Mechko's turn next turn a little better. Though I'm not even sure I'm going to play it. I might just march to guarantee I have my land drops. Yikes. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to bend the removal spell and just... fire off this March of Reckless Joy. Kaido's Pursuit was good, though. Obviously, if I'd known I was just going to immediately draw my 4th land, I would have been one of the lands, but not something I could have known about. Okay, yep. Oh, did we really hit both of our black cards? Oh my god. Why are they stuck together? Oh, Lord. Which means now, okay, I guess we're doing this then, and just playing Ow and hoping it's enough. Wow, that's so unbelievably bad. Ready for opponent to just have Intercessor's Arrest too? Lion Sash, okay. Still gonna fetch the black source here. Gotta fake like we got something. Okay. I think we're gonna go here. I guess that gets a little awkward in the event that we draw our thingy. It's also giving our opponent a bunch of stuff to exile. Immediately draw network terminal. Oh no. Alright. I think that means I'm not going to attack on my Searchlight Companion as much as it stinks. I think I need to get some card selection going on. Alright, let's attack first and see what happens. Yeah, because if he kills Al, I'm on a 2-turn clock. Yeah, I'm going to attack here, because if he doesn't have anything, like... Let's see. Oh man, we drew Repel the Vial. Alright, so it's actual worst case. It was an exile effect, instant speed exile effect. Oh no. That's so bad, yeah. That actually probably loses us the game, right? It's actual worst case scenario. Wow. Wow. Tough break, man. That was the that was the worst case scenario, was instant speed exile effect. And we tapped our dude to... I think we're going to lose this game from the spot. We're just so far behind. We needed the owl. Yeah, we got the Banshee /2. Yeah, we just got grinded out. Unfortunately. unfortunate, man. If he didn't have to repel the vial, we were in a really good spot. But as it is, we're just super dead. Just don't have anything left. Needed the owl to get more value. And we flooded out again, which is super annoying. But, I mean... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, we were kind of dead to any instant speed interaction there that was exile-based. We needed to dodge or repel the vial, basically. There's not. That's why I wasn't going to play around it, because there wasn't much. I kind of figured they might have a Doom Blade, but they were just really didn't want to use it into Owl, because it wasn't going to be very good for them. And so, like, it made sense to try to just push damage and get the damage on. Because, like, if you assume you're going to get, like, 10-10 worth of stats off the Owl dying, you don't really care about, you just want to get the game over with. But, like, in the case of the Repel the Vial, we were dead either way, so. I did forget about that specific card existing, but I wasn't going to play around anything like that. I'm trying to think what else it could have been. Like, honestly, the motorcycle, the tap motorcycle would have also been really bad for us. I wouldn't expect necessarily to see that in our opponent's deck. Okay. So far, March of Reckless Joy has not looked good. I am just gonna go ahead and kill this. For tempo reasons. I could afford to sit around and wait for it, probably, but, yeah, let's just play the dog. Okay. So network terminal will help us get to Farewell. So next turn we'll... next turn... we, I guess I don't have any really good lines next turn. It's probably just gonna be like playing Network Terminal or something. If I draw a tap land, I'll play the Frog instead. Tawashi, Guidebot, sure. Alright, just play Network Terminal. I guess I chip in an Amateur. Not really afraid of their 1/1 mana dork. They could also have the Tanuki. I don't think there's any flash creatures. Chose not to channel for our monk. We got mono green? Web Spinner Cuff, Papercraft Decoy Containment Construct. It is awkward because I am going to play the Containment Construct, and I'm going to try to hit. Because if I brick on a land, this turn goes poorly anyways. So, like, we should at least shoot our shot. Nailed it. Alright, cool. Containment Construct did its job. Drew us a card. I don't know if I'm playing Al this turn. I'm probably more likely to want to just try to grind some value until my opponent breaks up our synergy engines. Like, I assume he's just going to kill the Containment Construct if he's got a removal spell, but you can't really let it sit and play. But it's already drawn me a card, so, like, we cycled on it. Do we just make it a 2/7? Okay. Makes the decision, but with Al a little easier. So or be destroyed instead. If the land be destroyed, so I can just farewell. He loses everything. But I think I'm gonna be greedy and wait one turn. I think I'm at a high enough life total that I can just be a little greedy here. Like, this gives us a cycle here. We just play this and we chill for a turn. Let the decoy die, we can draw a card. Give our opponent more time to just play out his hand. Got lucky on a couple of these loot sitting lands though. We did get kind of lucky. I mean, we're pretty high odds to draw lands at this point. With those, it's like 50-50 each turn. So, you know, if you're drawing 2 cards a turn, in theory, you should see one. But invoke the ancients, cool. We got super rewarded for our patience because now we do have to make our move with farewell. We do have to farewell now. Nice. He even uses a removal spell. We're very happy about that. Less happy about losing this Papercraft decoy for no value, but we're okay with it. We're okay with it. 1, 2, 3. Can I afford to be? I can't afford to be any greedy. We'll just take our infinite value here, be happy with it. I'm not gonna greed any harder. Alright, so we Stone Rain, Wrath, and nuked our opponent's graveyard. Guidebot immediately after was a pretty good draw. I mean, we're just going to, like, kill it, so it doesn't matter. But, okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I don't have enough to do all of that, but I have enough to do this. To play my own Guidebot. And a Kami Slayer. Oh, I could have just played Al, huh? Could have just played Al. Here's the big dumb dragon, opponent. Your move. I guess I could have played my network terminal number 2 beforehand, but whatever. Should have played out last turn. They would have made that Vulcan Surge Siege really, really awkward. We'd be smacking him for 5 here. Not sure why I played the guide blind. Just kind of like autopiloted through that. We should have played Al though. 100% should have played Al. Okay. Gets a 2/2 with haste. Alright, cool. Okay, so Farewell has been carrying us very heavily through the games we're winning. Alright, looks like we got to 3. How much do I believe that there's a mountain on top of our deck? I mean, like, this hand kind of sucks, right? Mulligan. Okay. Okay. That has to die. Every time I draw this March of Reckless Joy, I get a little, I definitely am not joyful to have drawn it. Like, it's been between mediocre and okay. Alright, sure. I think I would wait on that. Alright. Sure. We'll fire this off. What does this do? When it goes blocked, don't tap up to 3 lands you control. Put a +1 counter on each. Okay. Okay. Well, this gets voltage surged. And we'll take 4 and gain 2 back on the counter swing. I think I'm gonna hold this March of Reckless Joy for a turn. Fire it off. Oh, Flame Discharge is an instant, so if we need to, you got 4 mana, 5 mana. Yeah, okay, sure. Boseiju is really annoying. It's like peasant Vorten Collects. Alright, whatever. Fire this off for 4. Okay. I guess I can just discard. Here we get a 2 for 1, but I don't really want to. I want to push damage with this Mechikos. So I guess we're just playing our white source here. Yeah, play white source here. And just play this. And we can attack for gain 5 life. And now we can only Flame Discharge for 3, which is a little awkward, but it's still okay. Geothermal Kami, very cute. Alright. Okay. And then we're just gonna let him do what he's gonna do here. Ideally, just go play some creatures. No? Okay. Well. Fine. Alright, we'll clean out everything here. Got a few removal spells here to clean up on the back end. Voltage Surge we're going to have to probably get creative to use. Okay. We're both crazy flooded here, looks like. Alright, so now they're going to find a creature. Oh no, this only gets an enchantment. I mean, there's still a good possibility they find something. No, we just find a land? Oh no. Although that is a white source, which means it probably unlocks their hand. And we're just like, never going to draw a non-land again, huh? Alright, sure. Oh my god. How could this happen to me? Well, now they've got their own network terminal. And that's terrifying. Alright. Okay. Finally, some action. were pretty far ahead when we farewelled them. I mean, they had a bunch of cards in hand, but it looked like they were pretty flooded. But yeah, we've just drawn like every land in our deck again. And their deck is more resilient than I would have given it credit for at first. Simeon Sling? Or maybe they're way more aggressive than I thought. Okay. We're kind of cool with this. Alright, we just kill this. Guidebot, okay. Sure. Kami, okay. Let's scale up to 5 just in case he has Harmonious here. Touch, sure. Going after Network Terminal when I have a Guidebot in play? Do we just have double removal? I mean, okay. Ooh, so that's nice. Okay, so 3, if I crack, I don't have enough for Owl. This is 3 modified. So let's go this and hit for 6. Oh wait, what am I doing? That's right, that doesn't have haste. Sorry, enchantment creature, sure. Okay, this is annoying. Old move, Cotton. That was incredibly greedy on our opponent's part. Like, they can still kill our Guidebot, I guess, but... I'm pretty cool with that, to be honest. Because we can, like, Intercessors arrest this. And then he can shoot our Guidebot, and then we'll draw a card in response. Perfect. I was gonna say we'll just play Kami of Terrible Secrets. We'll just play Owl instead. Opponent not dead, but pretty close. Okay, opponent agrees. Whew. Alright. I'm not sure what their deck was doing because it felt like when they had, you know, all that mana, like it was very weird to play all those lands with your, with a terminal in your deck, and then like they attacked our terminal instead of our creatures. I don't really know what was going on there. We'll take it because it gets us to 4 wins, but I'm very confused by that whole incident of like the whole string of events. Um, yeah, I think I'd rather just get my tap one to play. I was debating if I wanted what I wanted to do here, sequencing wise. Not sure if Reckless Joy. Yeah, no, I think we just play our dog. There's a world where like us not holding open removal for a turn is bad for us or something, but ooh, now you got the combo. All right, might have a crab. Do we attack? No. Ah, we have Fade into Antiquity. That sucks. Yeah, been a minute since we saw that card. Really hoping our opponent didn't have it because it makes this containment construct super awkward. Okay. Well, in any case, moving on. Might have Tameo safekeeping. It does really stink. We were really hoping our opponent would not have Fade into Antiquity. It's quite good against our network terminal containment construct combo. We prefer to just has to Doomblade our containment construct after we draw a card. These guys on network terminal. Okay, sure. I think I'm just firing off March of Reckless Joy for 4 and just trying to guarantee I hit my land drops. Gonna have to play a little careful because he could have, like I said, he could have Crab. Like, ideally you want to be at like 9 mana before you fire off this Farewell, but that's not always an option. Behold the Unspeakable. Okay. Sure. Okay. Is that enough for me to pull the trigger? Just to keep him from drawing a bunch of cards? I don't think so. Don't think so, yeah. I think we're just firing this off for 4 here. Alright, we don't actually want to play the Long Reach of Night because then it gets a little awkward. We're definitely playing Network Terminal. I kind of want to get the synth into play too. 1, 2. Yeah. Can't do anything with that until next turn. Go ahead and play this, see if we hit our land. Kami. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Okay. Get some gasoline here. Yeah, okay. Kind of need to commit to the board here, though, if he's... For us to ever be able to actually farewell him. You guys were cool just grinding. He might be on, like, Capitech record, too. That's something he could be on. Might also be very flooded. Be cool if this guy had to pull the trigger on like a Master Tribute. We'd get a 2-for-1 on him. Guess we could just sack the... or do this instead. Okay. Alright, we continue to chill. This feels like Capitech record. Pseudo. Think I'm gonna fire off a voltage surge here. Just to like deny the card draw, see if we can beta Tamio safekeeping. Safekeeping, okay. I think we're pretty cool with that. Would have liked to have gotten 1 mana lower just in case he had crab, but I'll take the hit. guess now I could just voltage surge here. And we get to keep floating. If he's got a Tamio safekeeping, we can pull the trigger. I kinda hate that. Is there anything for like 3 mana that draws a card? I don't think there's anything that puts him up 2 cards, because he'd have to do more than cycle. So we can do this. We can just sack our Terrarium here. See if he's got another safekeeping. Sure does. Okay. So that's what, like 5 damage? I have a pair of Kami's flares. Problem is if he's got like... I think if he was... Yeah, I mean, I could hit him. I'm going to wait one more turn. Maybe I just take some free damage to do that, but I think we'll wait one more turn. It's possible we get super punished for it, but it is what it is. I think I need to get a little more value off of it. I need to like play one more creature or try to go all in on it or something. Okay. Really would like him to play something here so we don't just take 4 free damage and then have to do what we're going to do anyways. I guess like we still get one more shot at network terminaling too, which could be worth it. Yeah, I guess I'd just pull the trigger. Oh, I drew the removal spell I wanted anyways. Whoops. This is a pretty big punt. Yeah, that was a pretty bad farewell. I should have thought about that because I drew the flame discharge. I just kind of, you know, I had already planned out the play. Like I had to do that in the world where I didn't draw the flame discharge there, but that's why you should wait and reevaluate your plays when you are drawing. You know, actually pay attention. All right. Well, anyways, here is a Golden Tail Disciple opponent. And I would like to follow that up with a activate network terminal. Machikos. Machikos is nice. Okay. Fast turn. We got 3rd Tamio safekeeping? Planar Incision. Don't want him to have a 4/4. How many protection spells is this dude on? Are you sure? Sure. Okay. Alright. Threaten a value engine. Would have liked to have, Skyscraper Koi, sure. Ow. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just slamming out here. Oh, we can just draw a card. Yeah, that also lets us hold up removal. Weird game. Our opponent did not play very many creatures, but boy did they have a lot of protection spells. The Planetary Incision on the Behold the Unspeakable could have been nasty too. Alright, there's the Sky Turtle we were kind of worried about. They could just, at this point... Yes, target has ward, I understand. Oh, we only have 4 cards left in our deck. I probably should have checked that before I clicked the button. Our deck is 3 lands and 1 spell at this point. We have burned through almost our entire deck. So if our opponent finds a way to beat this, we are pretty cooked. We have drawn so many more cards than our opponents. That being said, they did not find an answer, and Magico speeding up the clock here was really nice. How are we at 5 wins with this stupid deck? I mean, we're playing in silver, so that's why. They're not the best down here. This has played so little of the... Like, I played more limited with the flashback formats they've been doing than I have in the last little bit of retail. Like, I played the Final Fantasy set a reasonable amount, but through the Omen Path set was really bad, and I just have no interest in Powered Cube. Yeah, unfortunate. If this guide bot was... If, like, this hand had a red source, or if this guide bot was, like, a network terminal or something, this would be a good hand, but alas. This hand's fine. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep my lands. Like, I know I've been complaining about flooding, but, like, I've got to hit 4 lands. We know we got to hit 4. We've got good ways to filter. Modern Age, sure. Card's good. Alright, sure. Would like, what are we able to draw? Like, an artifact would be nice so that we can trigger this Colony of Terrible Secrets. Or more lands. Not great. Not great for us. This was the risk of keeping a land-heavy hand. But there's a different world where we're sitting here with a bunch of cool spells in hand that we can't cast or, like, don't, you know. Maybe I was supposed to bin a land because, like, my deck is full of cheap interaction, but, I don't know. I also have a lot of card draw and filtering. I think we take one here. It's a little scary to let the Spirited Companion through, because if he's got a ninja, that would be bad. That's rough. Yeah, doesn't even make sense to play the Kami here either. Okay, yeah, I mean, we kept 4-lander, drew 4 lands, so what you gonna do? Or 5 lands? Did we draw 5? No. We kept 4 lands, we've drawn 4 lands in 4 turns, because we were on the play, yeah. Oh no, we were on the draw. Did we draw an on land? No, we mulliganed. That's what it was. That's why we're down a card, or like 1 card off. Okay. Alright. At this point, I don't know if there's any outs that we have. Like, I guess we could hit... the only thing I think gets us back in this game from this spot... I guess I'm like, opponent is just not doing anything, sure. But, like, we've drawn so many lands that we kind of need, like, Experimental Synthesizer into Network Terminal. And our opponent not to have much. I wonder if I'm just supposed to play towards drawing Farewell here. Wow. Okay, well, whatever. It is good to know that it did not make a difference whether or not I sent our little 2/3 to the bottom of the deck, I guess. Like, I guess the 2/3 lifelinker here probably keeps us in the game, but, like, our opponent, assuming they don't have your rule. But we, like, literally have not drawn a spell. Why are we not attacking with Vector Glider to gain 2 life? Oh my god. Just gets worse for us.
With the right tools, I can do anything. I know something you don't know.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright, this is a bummer way to go out, but, like, this is also a hilarious amount of lands. Like, we've drawn 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've drawn 7 lands. We kept a 4-lander, and we literally drew nothing but lands. I hate to go out like this, but it is what it is. I mean, I literally can't do anything about this. It would not have made a difference if I'd kept my random 3 mana 2/3. We just didn't draw anything. I'm gonna keep playing like 1 more turn just to make my opponent kill me. But at this point, like, we're pretty cooked. If we had drawn like Ecologist Terrarium or Experimental Synth here, we probably could have at least convinced ourselves that we had a chance, because we could like play the Synth and then we could sack it, or the Terrarium or whatever, and like Voltage Surge this Kaito on the upkeep, and maybe he doesn't have a counter spell or anything, and we kill it and like move on with life. we're still super far behind, but like there's a world where we had a string of draws at some point here that kept us playing the game. Because we have Farewell in our deck, I do have to continue playing the game to like make our opponent kill us. I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat a Kaito even after the Farewell, but
This is a juicy secret.
not entirely impossible. Guidebot. That is not good enough to, however. Yep. A little late there. Alright, now I will go ahead and scoop, because at this point we just don't have any actual outs left. We're going to take too much damage this turn. Unfortunate. But we overperformed with this deck pretty hard, so like, you know. But that is why I usually do play a lot of filtering and card draw and stuff in decks when I can, is just for situations like that. Like, that is pretty common in especially in these older draft formats. At this point, NEO is an older format where there was, generally speaking, like, Flood was something you were always considering. I think we're back to that in Magic too. In any case, this deck was mediocre. Like, it wasn't very good. It had two really powerful rares that kind of held the thing together. Not sure the black cards were worth splashing. This card like was not as good as I remember it being. I remember this card being like kind of fine, and it was okay. Although I will admit, most of the time when we hit it, we were hitting it off March or Reckless Joy, and like hitting both our black cards with no black mana. Just like completely ridiculous, the odds of that occurring that many times. I think it happened like 3 times. But yeah, like, I mean, our removal kept us in the game. Farewell, like, let us play a game where we could kind of slow roll, and, you know, then we'd Farewell and clean up, and that's really, really dumb. You know, the network terminals pushed us through a ton of really, really bad floods. Like, we were flooding really horribly this run. We got to put together the containment construct, network terminal package. We had this nice little, like, artifact package that didn't really go anywhere, but worked with the Mechicos to push some damage sometimes. I think this is the kind of deck that I do think I mentioned that this shell is something you can do, but I think you really want to get some Imperial Oaths or like some more top end, just having things that can actually close the game, because we saw in the games where our owl was dealt with, or like, you know, the Farewell doesn't pull quite enough weight, or you know, we don't draw really well, like we don't hit an overwhelming amount of card draw or whatever. Just there were spots where our deck couldn't quite get there. Although, come to think of it, I think most of our losses were mostly mana situations. Overall, though, I had a fun time playing this deck. It was a weird fiddly deck that kind of reminds me of like the Neo Reloaded kind of archetypes that I like to play as well. That are really fun to play in this format. So, you know, there were definitely some powerful cards we could have got that would have helped power up our deck. Naomi, Pillar of Order, was one. I was thinking earlier about, like, gold cards we might want. And I mentioned the blue ones, but, like, that we had no interest in. But Naomi, Pillar of Order would have been a good fit for this deck. It would have been nice to pick up. Other than that, Oni Cult Amble would have actually been a decent pickup in this deck, just because it would have given us, like, something that could allow us to deal a little bit of chip damage every turn. It would have been this would not have been a good Oni Cult Amble deck, but I might have played it and put in like another filler artifact or something. It's possible also, like, if I wanted to go heavier on the Black Splash, I could have played like Kaido's Pursuit or Reckoner's Bargain. Probably would have been super greedy here. Anyways, I think this deck was decidedly okay once we got the Mech Titan core out of the deck. Not one that I would really put a lot of faith in, but like we got to positive with it, so that's all we can really ask for with a deck like this. So anyways, hope you have a good rest of your evening, and thank you for coming to my TEL Talk.